Ananda is working with these sacred principles of 432 Hertz for already many years. He was promoting this tuning already in the 90s, and a sort of revolution at that time was already starting. Then, it didn't really break through, but we're still working on it. Then I have the honor to have here Andrea and Tatiana. Andrea is a musician, a music researcher and storyteller. He's graduated in musicology, and he's also a classical guitar player. In 2013 he started engaging with the handpan, and he started playing the handpan. And with this instrument, he began an important artistic and spiritual path that led him to the study of beneficial frequencies and of music as an instrument to discover the inner self. So now all his instruments are tuned in 432 Hertz, and later we will have the opportunity to listen to a short version of his sound healing music. And so he's together with Tatiana. They are holding workshops of 432 Hertz vibrational experiences, and they facilitate also ayahuasca ceremonies with 432 Hertz music. So Tatiana, she's a counselor and an emotional consultant focused on bioenergetical and transpersonal approach. She has studied EFT, floral therapy, craniosacral massage, and hypnotherapy. And she is working for a few years with Andrea. They're traveling around through Europe, and they've been also in Thailand and Indonesia. And they are going around with the handpan and doing workshops and bringing the 432 Hertz to everywhere it's possible. So now we will start by asking to Ananda a very direct question. Why is 432 Hertz a revolutionary tool in our hands?
432 Hertz, the very first electronic 432 Hertz song that was made, Omega 432, in 2000. I made that with DJ Enki and DJ Carl. It was Goa trance. So there was this, as you said, this wave where there were several hundred people experiencing the 432 Hertz. The 432 Hertz frequency synchronizes the brain hemispheres according to scientific studies. When 8 Hertz electrolyzes water over 72 hours, there is a 432 Hertz resonance there. 432 Hertz specifically synchronization of brain hemispheres, synchronization to the DNA, unification, harmonic linking to the tuning of the universe, which is a Pythagorean just scale tuning. 8 Hertz sets up all the other resonances. We call that universal tempering. 54 times 8 Hertz, 432 Hertz.
Okay, so now I would like to ask to Andrea and Tatiana to share with us some of your experiences that you had during your workshops working with 432 Hertz, particularly regarding healing experiences that you personally or your clients had. So.
Yes, sure. So when Andrea started to play in the 432 Hertz, so he tuned the handpan in 432 Hertz, it was immediately clear that something was happening during the concert. Something changed. because people after, at the end, came and really wanted to share the experience, really want to tell us what happened inside them. And they start telling us, I had an emotion, I had a sensation, I saw images, what is happening to me, why? So it was clear for us that maybe we had really to investigate about this, because we had really the impression that it was something really powerful and important. The music is something really serious. We are really understanding this in our work now. And so we created a workshop with a first part dedicated to the theoretical information about the 432 Hertz, but not only, also about frequencies in general, because everything is frequency. We are frequency. We emit frequencies through our emotions, through our thoughts. So we can say, as a tuning fork, as a diapason, we resonate with the people, the situation that are in harmony with our frequencies. So this is why the frequencies is something that is really connected to our everyday life. So in the first part of our workshop, we speak generally about frequencies and about emotions, feelings that can come out from a sound experience. The sound experience is, in the second part, is live, is played through handpan and an analog synthesizer set, but I think that maybe Andrea can explain you better, is always set in 432 Hertz. And the people receive the sound, the frequencies, the vibration. They lay down, they close their eyes, and and Andrea play for 1 hour. At the end, we can share what happens. And in 1 year of this work we are doing, we collected a lot of feedbacks that are really very, very precious for us, because from the experience in the field you can really understand the power of this frequency of the 432 Hertz. People tell us a lot of an experience that involves them in the body, in the spirituality, in the emotions. They have some physical feelings. Sometimes they are common. For example, a lot of people say they feel like to be grounded. They feel sensation in the legs, a power in the hands. They say they feel something in the throat. There are a lot of similar answers, let's say. But they speak us also about emotion that come out, about their life, something that they had removed that come out, and maybe it's important for them. They can work on it. But I think that the most impressive thing for us is that they tell us their experience that is very, very similar to a psychedelic experience. Like, for example, they tell us they go out from their body, or they feel a big connection with the universe. They feel they are the same thing that nature is, that other people are. They feel really a big connection, let's say, with the nature. And so I think that the most important question that we have in 1 year of experience now is this: how the music, a music tuned in 42 Hertz, listen every day in our everyday life, in the radio, in the instruments, in the CD you buy. How, O.Z.O.R.A, yes. How would it have influenced the human evolution if we could have had the opportunity to listen every day, because the music is a part of our everyday life? How it would have influenced our evolution? Of course, it's not possible really to answer about this, but we had some ideas. Maybe we would have a lot of people tell us that they feel a great compassionate love. Maybe you can also. We were very lucky because after 2 months of starting this project, we met Ananda, and we had a great opportunity to listen to him, to his experience, to his great knowledge. So it was a great support for us. It was really important for us. So we think that maybe people would have changed in a great and positive way to feel the love, the connection with others. Maybe. I don't know.
We've had cases where people have been in comatose states for quite a while, and they would play some of the ambient and even the trance music, and they would wake up from the comatose state. We also did a lot of work with Soma so Syrian rue and Phalaris grasses for DMT, 5-MeO DMT, and then imitating the sound and using the tuning to amplify the DNA sound, which has a particular effect where the visions and sound converge and resonate all of the cells of the body, and other medical cases over the years.
Yeah, so going to this direction, how do you think, Ananda, maybe just this is like a very abstract question, but how do you think this tuning could influence the evolution of humankind?
I believe in hyper-evolution, so not in evolution. There is a past, present and future. That's another question. But in terms of progress, this is phenomenal. It coordinates our DNA, it coordinates the tuning of the cosmos, the healing process. 432 Hertz, the tempos, and 8 Hertz, those three ingredients. If you've got the tempos in harmonic ratio to each other, you create a macro pulse and a synergetic effect that can unite humanity with different concerts. So you can have psy-trance concerts occurring at the same time in different locales, tuned at 432 Hertz. It will use, and 8 Hertz, it will use the Schumann resonance, plus the pulsings will pulse with the planet, the amplification of the body's own 8 Hertz coherence, creative states, the amplification of the psychedelic experience to the ontological, existential core. So this is the future, it's inevitable. This is a better trance, a better dance, a better party. You're going to feel good through and through. The bones are not going to hurt in some of the songs.
So just to go a bit into the technical part. So if an electronic producer wants to, a psytrance producer wants to approach this kind of 432 Hertz tuning, how is the best way you could approach it?
Over the years now, we started in 1998 with the first electronic music. The classical world has been pioneering for a long time. Jonathan Tannenbaum and Verdi, etc. One of the problems with natural instruments is that guitar strings are coiled for 440 Hertz. So now you can custom order from Manson bass guitar strings and guitar strings that are specifically made for 432 Hertz. When it comes to software, because we're talking about digital, Reactor, the instruments of Ableton, the internal instruments, and Reason. We really have to compose, and new sound banks are already being made. Because you can't just take 440 Hertz sound banks and down tune. You lose a lot of the effect, up to 70% of the effect, like you do with MP3. So this is another aspect. We're just about to, with 432hertz.com, create a music platform for all 432 Hertz labels and artists, and there's many, like iTunes, but 432 Hertz. but no MP3. That becomes junk food, or pop. We call that 432 Hertz pop. Medical grade 432, so that's 44,100 kilohertz, 16 bits minimal, that's for the old. But going higher, like with Pono Player, to the 96,000, 24-bit, 32-bit, I think is very important to get this ecological grade, medical grade 432 Hertz music. Composing with Reactor, Reason, Ableton's own instruments, or recording the samples oneself and open sourcing some of those sound banks. There are a lot of different people doing that. In Australia, there is now 432 Hertz Studio that have been building sound banks, and as I mentioned, Manson with the guitar strings, and there's a wide array of things like that occurring. If you're using VSTs and Steinberg, that's a bit difficult.
Yeah, as far as we know, in the Cyclone scene, one of the few artists using this 42 Hertz for sure is Merkaba, right? Did you check his music?
I don't think all the songs are 432, but he has one or two. And 8 Hertz. But I know some of the DJs, also in trance, like DJ Tiesto, used 432 Hertz. In fact, there's a conspiracy there, a good conspiracy, to breathe together, the real meaning, conspire, to breathe together. I worked with an Italian called DJ Andrea Zu, and we talked about this problem with the music industry and the Rockefellers wanting this 440 Hertz tuning and not the original scientific pitch, which was developed because it was the natural tuning of the cosmos. And so the idea was the beauty of silence, silently introducing the music. And he produced a song called The Beauty of Silence, which then Tiesto and the other DJs took up, maybe changed the tempo. But so The Beauty of Silence went in that way. Tiesto apparently continued. Others have been using the 144 BPM. There are many who are keeping it to themselves because of the problem with the music industry. It's the illusion of waking up. We have it on all fronts. And so this is a grassroots revolution.
And there is also a specific BPM that should be used to be more coherent with our Earth, and can you say something?
That I believe is very important because the 3 years of research that was done with our songs by Dr. Demarda showed that when we used 108 BPM, which is just 36 BPM off from 72, it had a 40% ability to increase cellular charge parity resistance to geopathic stress. Geopathic stress can create rheumatism, cancer, if you're sleeping in a geopathic stress line, etc. Whereas if it was 72, or if it was a trance song at 144 BPM, 75% increase in the efficiency to have resistance to geopathic stress. Mozart down-tuned to 432 Hertz, only 3%. So the down-tuning process significantly decreases the effect. We have to compose from that. The BPM, 72 BPM, is the resting pulse of the heart in compassionate love. Before the heart appears in the fetus, there is a pulse of 72 BPM there. The circadian pulse during the night makes sure that all of the organs, the biological versions of the chakras, which each have their own concertos, they each have their own parties, they each have their own times, are synchronized. So the 72 BPM synchronizes all of their timings. The 72, 144, or 216 BPM is the carrier wave. It's like a microwave that enables the 8 Hertz to be woven with the intent in the cells. So the drum beat is very, very important in the revolution. Psytrance, 145, it's almost 144. So twilight trance is very close.
And I think you touched already this subject of the connection between interogens and 432 Hertz. But can you just briefly give us a little...
For those who knew, the ayahuasca molecule harmaline and the pineal gland's version, penoline, and the molecule lotarine, which we produce with rapid eye movement, has a nuclear magnetic resonance of 8 cycles per second, and 432 Hertz produces its medical effects in the 18-month studies by synchronizing the brain hemispheres at 8 Hertz. So the ayahuasca, somahuasca molecules are directly related to 432 Hertz by the synchronization in the 8 Hertz nuclear magnetic resonance. We've experienced, like Tatiana mentioned, some of our psytrance played in a non-inebriated audiences where they would get ayahuasca flashbacks or full-blown ayahuasca-like experiences, holographic sound. So that's another aspect as well. It's bridging sound to the molecular.
So regarding this aspect, you are working with 432 Hertz and ayahuasca together. So you can maybe give us share with us some experiences that you had.
Yes, sure. First of all, I want to tell you how was my meeting with this magic and sacred plant, ayahuasca. It was 10 years ago in Brazil, in the Amazon forest. And for me it was the biggest psychedelic trip that I ever had in my life, before and after that moment. So since that time, start my love history with this plant. And now we are managing in Italy ceremonies where we put together this music, tuning in 432 Hertz and this plant. And according with Ananda, he said about ayahuasca, the two things are strong. There are a strong connection between ayahuasca and 432 Hertz. What can I say? The experience are very, very high because can you imagine the effects of ayahuasca amplified with the power of the 8 Hertz. So the experience could be very, very important. And we, in our opinion, but not only in our opinion, this music playing during the ceremonies is protecting the trip, and but not only the trip, the psychedelic trip that people who is participating have, but the environment. We can play this music to clean the energy in the ceremonies.
You also use 8 Hertz, right?
Yes, sure. So our 8 Hertz is like the Icarus song that the shamans play during the ceremonies of ayahuasca. Our investigation about this is very big, and we are very happy to be part of this music trip together with the secret plant of ayahuasca.
Yeah, thank you. And did you any of your client participants of your ceremony, did they say did they have any particular vision that was connected with music, or did they share anything about it?
Yes, personally ayahuasca, it was very important in my life, and this plant inspired me to compose this music. And I think I would like to be a support a musical support during these ceremonies, where people can find not only wonderful images or good trip, but sometimes the shadow part appears, and we are thinking about music in front of the show, and this music played with handpan and analog synthesizer can help and, like I said before, protect this bad trip.
Because 8 Hertz phase conjugates and phase cancels all static, and amplifies the coherence of the body. In fact, the plant wild rue was used to remove the evil eye throughout the Mediterranean. So it is, in that sense, something that cancels static illusions and amplifies the basic foundational coherence.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. And I want to say that we are using this music not only with ayahuasca, but like Tatiana told before, in workshop only with music. And people are saying sometimes that they can meet their shadow part during this experience only with music, but they can watch to this dark part with smile. And this is very interesting, because they tell us that they can see the universe with the good things and with the bad things, but it's only an opinion that there is something good or not, no? So during these music sessions, something happened. Maybe the body resonates with this 8 Hertz and can understand more, can understand better what is the all, what is the universe, with the bad and the good things.
Okay, so yeah.
It seems that in listening to this music, I don't know, Ananda, they reinforce their spiritual side. And in that experience that we propose, it seems that this spiritual side help them to welcome maybe also bad things of their life, but they have a different approach with more consciousness, and they can change, they can go over their limit in that case. And also sometimes they tell us that they, as we said before, we are frequencies, and they feel it during the experience. They feel, it seems that I was the sound, I was like the sound, they say. So they feel really their essence.
It's interesting that the molecule, the 8 Hertz molecule, pinaline, which is related to harmine directly, produces ancestral memory. It stimulates the occipital lobes with an 8 Hertz cascade, producing heterodyning coherent golden waves, taking the radar of our thalamus. Our thalamus is constantly registering everything in our environment. The amount of gas that's in the air, you know, even if you've edited out the fart, that is registered by the thalamus. The PGO waves that are then created during dreams, because dreaming is pinaline, take that thalamus 40 Hertz scan and bring it into black and white, good, bad, or more shadow and direct, and phase conjugates it, and phase cancels it, and that goes into mitochondrial DNA, mother DNA, and becomes ancestral memory. So it's, and that's a two-way system. When we dream, we're unconscious, but this way, with sound and with the plants and through sensory deprivation, where we also produce these molecules, there is a two-way participation, so that the ancestral memory domain of mitochondrial DNA has the 8 Hertz cascade of PGO waves to interact with, not just taking our daily thalamus scan and bringing it into ancestral memory. I mean, basically, ancestral memory is perfect, it's immaculate. So the stress packets of this is good and this is bad is phase cancelled, phase coherified, so that it can become not local, but interacting with that is the technology that is now emerging.
Thank you. So I guess now we can have a 15-minute experience. So you would like to close your eyes, take a comfortable position, and we will listen to this vibrational experience, and then we will have more time for questions or to share what you experienced during this time. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks a lot. It's time to come back to reality.